Welcome to this Python training video 4, and in this particular challenge 6, and this video we're going to be looking at sort of raising the complexity of our programming. Not that much, not anything that you're going to really massively struggle on, but you might just need to think about what you're doing and think through the program. Also, I'm not going to show you all of the program, okay? Because programming is not about copying a video. It's about thinking for yourself logically about how to do things. Okay, we're also going to have a look at something called comments, okay, which we'll talk about it on its own, but it's an important part of being a programmer. And also we're going to create a little program that works out how long you've lived. So then it will do something like this. So when it's run, let's see how old you are in terms of days, minutes and hours. You put your name in, so let's put in Bob. How old are you, Bob? 21. And then it's going to calculate how long you've been alive in terms of days, minutes and hours. That actually should say alive. See how many days. Yeah. See how old you are in terms of days. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Okay. So sorry. So you've been alive for 7,665 days, 184,000 hours, a lot of minutes, and a lot of seconds. Wowee. So your program is going to do that. Okay. So let's start with a new Python window, and as we were saying, we're going to talk about these comments things, and what those are. If you put a hashtag in, that's not a hashtag, put a hashtag in, it's a way of, let's pretend you're sharing a program between two programmers. How does the other person know what this is about, this program? Or maybe you want to add comments or notes, or you just yourself want to say, oh, I'm actually really struggling with this bit, or this bit works out the square root, or this bit works out the round, or whatever. So we're going to write some notes. This is a program about calculating age in terms of minutes, hours, seconds as well, isn't it? Seconds, minutes, hours, and days. Now this won't actually appear when you run it, okay? So don't worry about this, okay? So the first thing we're going to do in this program is we're going to do a print up. We're going to say this program calculates your age in terms of, I suppose we could actually just quickly copy that, couldn't we? Don't tell anyone, in terms of seconds, minutes, days, and we finish that with a right parentheses. Okay. So when we run this, let's just have a little play around with this. When you run this, okay, how's this going to look? So let's save that in our special place. This is going to be called, we'll call it the age calculator. Calculator.py. Okay, so this program calculates your age. You notice that the comment's not there. Okay, there we go. That's fine. Now what we need to do is let's ask for a name. Okay, so let's ask them, do you remember what to do? I'm only going to do this bit for you. You've got to remember or look back in your programming diary, okay, how you collect the name variable. We're going to use that later on. Also, age. How do we ask for age? So we want to store an age variable. And this is going to be very, very important in the program. So name equals age equals. How do we get the input? Oop, giving you a clue there. How do we get an input? So you're going to have to look back in your program, okay, about how this works. So we can put a note here below this part collects the name and age from the user. Okay, you're going to have to work that bit out. The next part is, okay, the next part is, I was going to put a comment here. Here, I'm going to put below is where we do calculations. Now, as you can probably guess, when we looked at the other program here, okay, we need to calculate based on the age they put on, so 21. Okay, we then need to say how many days that's going to be. Okay, and I'm actually going to help you with this bit. Okay, so these are all going to be variables. So what do we need? We need a days variable, so days. We need an hours. We need minutes, and we need seconds. So these are all four variables. Okay, so days equals, hours equals, minutes equals, seconds equals. Now, let's think about this logic. How are we going to calculate this? Okay, well, first of all, the days variable is going to be the age, isn't it? Okay, it's going to be age, okay, multiplied by something. Okay, so how many days are there in a year? 365, yeah? So we know, if I say I am 1 year old, how many days have I been alive? 365. Why? 1 times 365. If I say I've been alive for 10 years, okay, the calculation would be 10 times 365. Now, we don't know what age they're going to put in because that's going to be done here. But whatever's put in here, we say, well, age is multiplied by, you guessed it, 365. Okay? That will do the calculation for us, and then when we print it off, we need to then bring that variable of days through to show the actual answer. Now, hours, I don't know how many hours there are in a year, so let's go to how many hours in a year. Okay, let's have a look. How many hours in a year? 8,760. Okay, 8760. 8760. So let's go back to our program. Hours equals what we put there. Do you remember? Age times 8760. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Okay. Let's go. Oh, we can use these, can't we? That's quite clever. Let's do minutes. Okay, well, we can copy that. 525,000. Okay. So let's go back over to here. Minutes is age times that, and let's just move these over a little bit, and seconds. Ooh, that's a lot. So let's get, that number's not going to help you, so let's go to seconds in a year. Oops, in a year. 1 year, year would be or 31 million seconds. 31. Okay. So if we get that number in there, so we say seconds is age multiplied by that. We take out these commas. Okay, there we go. Now those are, do you understand that? Those are our variables, okay, to calculate all of that. The final part is to say print. Okay, and we want to say their name, so what we put there, do you remember? We put the name, don't we? It's not, why is it not that? Because we don't want, we want the actual variable from up here to come through. So a name, you have been alive, alive for, now, days. Okay, So that would bring through the days calculation. We also need to put in days here, so it might be 365 days, okay, and then comma, and so on and so on and so on and so on. I'm going to let you work out the rest, okay. We can also, it's good to put in some more, okay, comments in here. Below, this brings all of the variables, well, apart from the age one, together to give you the answer. Okay, so what we've learnt so far is we can use the hashtag and these to actually make comments in our code to help us remember. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 variables. 2 here. This variable is collecting a name. This is collecting the age. These ones here do all the calculation parts. Okay. So if we put in the age of excuse me 10, okay, it will go 10 times 365, 10 times whatever, and then at the very final line of code, it will print out your name, you've been alive for the days, and it will reference the calculation here, and the next part and the next part. So what I want you to do is tidy that up so you end up with something that looks just like that when you have run it. Okay, that is your challenge. Good luck when you've done that. Put that in your programming diary as well. And it's getting a bit more complicated, but quite fun at the same time. Okay, speak to you soon.